and Navi do pick up that their mid laner, even though they have an idea of what could be coming. It's kind of surprising me that they don't actually just wait it out, but apparently they want to be able to hold on to that just yet. And I think part of that is the fact that Secret, if you look at their lineup, ooh, Puck. Well, that's definitely a switcheroo.
Well, they go for matchup advantage mid lane. Well, not really advantage, but a better matchup than perhaps the Snipe would have had against the Queen of Pain, one of the kind of classic 1v1s, the Puck versus Quap. Now Navi will have to either reveal kind of what the starter's doing or pick their carry. At this point, you can kind of pick Picats here if you want. You're not too worried. Secret have that overall last pick, and the nice thing about the Puck is it is still flexible. It could still be an offlaner even without the Drow. It is a possibility. So if they see something they want as a last pick from mid one, that could come out as like an overall 10th pick. But it feels like Secret are lacking somewhat in initiation right now. So I'm not. Well, I guess the Puck as an offlaner can work okay as an initiator. It's more about when you get that Blink Dagger timing. So not sure how I feel about like an offlane Puck if they get some kind of snowballing mid with Kezu potentially getting shut down by Navi.
Yeah, I think I like the idea of the mid Puck here if they're going to be running the offlane Weaver, because we were having that conversation yesterday with all these offlane Weavers being picked up. They're severely lacking initiation, and if you're going to take your offlane position, which is leading up to this tournament, has been divided in pretty much half. It's in either some sort of mech sustain hero that plays pretty fast for you and gets an early mech and you're sustained for team fights, or it's an early Blink Dagger hero and gives you your team fight initiation. But the offlane Weavers have thrown a total wrench in all of that. Does leave some of the lineups lacking, sometimes in both in initiation and sustain. So I do kind of like the idea. They pick up the Puck here, almost no matter what. Are going Navi, fourth pick Axe.
Yeah, this was the game-changing pick in that game 3, and a hero that seems to really suit them in their style. For Navi, I really like seeing them when they have these aggressive initiating heroes. It seems when they're at their best, when both General and RMN can be playing gap closes, like the Axe Slider, like having most teams will just go for one, like be happy with a Slider and then put a Weaver in an offlane, or put like a more farming core there. But for Navi, I think having both General and RMN on that role works just fine, because Pycat and Dendi are normally playing like these more hard farmers and looking to scale a lot better, so they need those. Having multiple players in that role seems to work better for them.
To be ban away here by Team Secret would have been, I don't know, Juggernaut doesn't feel all too good for me against Weaver and Puck. Those are two pretty mobile heroes that are usually able to deal with Omni Slash pretty well, but it would give them I would give Navi, I guess, a pretty decent pushing power off that, the healing ward, and it would just in general give them really good mid game.
Yeah, so Darkseid ban and Ursa pick. Okay, that's a very different approach than the Jug. I mean, there is some. They both have that single target kill potential, but Jug is more that like well-rounded, can push, can provide some heal for his team, have some sustain. Ursa is all in on the aggression for Navi.
Don't they both have that same problem with very mobile cores though? The Weaver and Puck, and now Medusa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I feel like Ursa is a pick that surprises me, because normally, more often than not, Ursa's being picked up because he counters an enemy hero. Like, you're not just seeing Ursa picked up for the sake of having an Ursa on your team, for having an aggressive core. You're seeing it because there's like a Timbersaw on the other team, or you can have a laning matchup mid where he's against like an Alchemist or something. Just casually picking an Ursa is a bit unexpected in my mind.
Medusa is gonna be a weird one. So it's offlane Weaver and safe mid Medusa, and then we change things up and make it offlane Puck. And I was thinking core eventual Spirit at that point.
Oh, support Weaver. So Puppy's playing Weaver. Yeah, mid one is going to be. I think the Medusa wants to be mid lane, because that's where you can get the most XP, match up pretty well against the Queen of Pain. You've got the Bloodlust, so I think Medusa mid is the one thing I feel like needs to happen, and then yeah, they put the Venge onto MP, so that's what we saw like going back to the start of these qualifiers, and I like the Deucer pick a lot. Like against the Ursa, it means I don't think Ursa's gonna be able to do a whole lot. There's two big initiators in the Slider and the Axe, and it means that Medusa's just a core that's not gonna instantly die if you get Blink Crushed or Blink Cold.
Yeah, it's funny. We were talking about how Ogre has this synergy with these other mids. You know, the Sniper. That's a nice one as well. Like these kind of ranged physical DPS, kind of squishy. All those heroes sync up really well with Bloodlust. And the Sniper in particular, because his damage is a little bit weak, and he's also very reliant on attack speed, shot early on. Medusa is a hero that is very infamous for having very poor damage for a really long time. So the fact that they were able to set out this whole entire strategy up with both Ogre as well as the core Vengeful Spirit, I really like the way that Seek pulled this whole entire draft together, and it does feel like there's a lot more credibility to a carry when you've got these two kind of damage.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm still got question marks in my head about the Ursa pick and what it's intending to do this game. Even before the Medusa pick, I was like, well, Ursa's not great against Puck or Weaver. I mean, I guess the Weaver's going to be a support, so that's one thing slightly going his way. But even a core Venge, I don't think of Ursa like, oh yeah, that's the kind of core you want against a Venge. So, I mean, Navi just have to have this idea that they can beat Secret by winning the lanes and like snowballing and getting Roche control. That to me is like that's what this Ursa pick says, because it does not work in this game as like a counter to Secret. So it must be something that Navi think suits their style.
So Navi just kind of focusing on their own drafts and their own kind of play style against Secret. Yep. Secret definitely going to be playing the longer game here with the Medusa for sure. poor River, look at this guy. Puppy's been on his ass this whole entire time. Now General's going to be receiving a face full of flaming garbage. Ogre Magi, Ignite does a decent amount of damage. They're actually just going to go back and activate a base shrine since both at half HP and TP out. But it is going to be an aggro tri-lane coming out from Secret. Navi are dodging it. They've already put Pycat up at the top lane against Kazu.
Dendy mid taking early harass, so this is annoying for him. Means he's gone into level 1 blink, doesn't have that Shadow Strike harass, so already you can see how this mid matchup is not going to be all too favorable for Dendy. And this laning setup's looking fairly good for Team Secret. Like they've set up so that bottom lane is really hard to lane in against this Ogre Venge. Top lane Puck's going to get, I mean, there's not really any kill threat onto this Puck, at least currently. So all three lanes should be pretty good for Secret.
I love this aggressive ward that they got down. Not only is it going to be able to scout rotations and not get countered, right? It's going to be able to see some of the support rotations into mid lane and give mid one the heads up that he kind of needs in the early laning phase, and also give them a little bit idea of what General's up to, as he has been forced into Radiant jungle since tri-lane / dual lane scenario. It's just tough. An Axe, and generally this hero does jungle efficiently.
It looks like Navi didn't see these lanes coming. Like General has Tengos and he had double Salve, which I think that the items to jungle is still the Iron Talon, so he must have been expecting a 1v1 against the Puck down bottom, and then they would just like go top with this Ursa Rubik and like try and hold their own. Like they weren't going to win with that aggro lane on Navi's side, but they can at least be annoying. Pilot has come in though, and he's messing with General, so.
He took one of the small centaurs too,
yeah.
And now he's going to be taking half the experience of the big. Rubik's gonna have to pull double duty here, help out General as well as Dendy, but it's an Ogre. Not much you can really do against this hero. Oh, naturally tanky. Pycat getting a couple right clicks here onto Kezu in the top lane, but as you said, there really shouldn't be much kill potential. They're even gonna have Puppy here pulling in, so actually going to make this lane even harder for Pycat to work around.
Yeah, the good news for Navi is they're getting a little bit more out of the map since they have a pseudo jungler, and RMM was sitting bottom getting XP, getting a couple CS, so they are getting a little bit extra in terms of overall farm, but the lanes being lost doesn't feel like it's overall worth it. With that said, mid lane is currently going a little bit better. Dendy getting the help from the Rubik has helped harass mid one down fairly low here, so.
All right, Pycat picked up a haste rune. Death to Pylai die. Oh man, I like
Yeah,
that
that's
pickup,
alright.
man. They're just like, nah, screw Pi. Screw his shenanigans in the jungle.
Yeah.
He's messing everything up. He's being a constant threat to General. Let's use this haste rune to kick him the hell out.
Did he TP in with the haste rune, like from top, or was he just already rotating bottom?
He TP'd in. He TP'd into the shrine.
Okay. Well, that's a useful play. I think they were planning on rotating Pi down bottom anyways, or Pika that is.
Yeah.
Given the laning step, I don't think it was all too favorable for Navi. They want this Axe versus Puck matchup. Puck doesn't really threaten the Axe all too much. It does a little bit more now because Puck has a level advantage, but this is the laning step Navi were hoping for with their initial move out. Now they've actually got it. They are a little bit behind though, in terms of overall levels and farm.
Like this puppy, if he comes back to this aggro Trine lane, I'm pretty sure they still easily outlane this scenario for Navi. They try and get a pull off. Nice wave of terror out there from MP to actually pull troops right back to him. So they continue a very nice creep equilibrium that forces Navi forward.
Got it. They are a little bit
Very much potential danger, potential spirit, and early leaning present. That's one of the things that I love the core vengeful spirit here is because it's so nice and aggressive and powerful early on that it really does cover some of the